We welcome you into the Coach Shinnick Show. I'm Will Kennedy along with UWF head football coach Pete Shinnick. We're in Melbourne, Florida for the first couple of segments here as we make the trip down for the Coastal Classic and heading home with a 38-14 win. You and I had been talking about these games are always exciting. There's a lot of drama. We were hoping for a little bit of a break from that. We got that.
Well, it was other than the weather, everything kind of went the way we'd hoped. And you know, credit to them. They came out on fire. We knew they would. They put together some nice plays to get some yardage. But our guys, I think, we told them, look, you're going to get their best. You're going to get everything they got. Just play through it, play through it, play through it. The turnovers were huge in the first half to really set up our points. And, you know, really excited how our guys handled it. You know, our opening drive down the field, Austin makes a poor throw. After the turnover, so we got the turnover from them, we drive down, and then we get the turnover back, and we're able to capitalize on that, which was good. So from this game, from the standpoint, just love how our guys responded, how they handled everything.
Austin Reed does understand he doesn't have to throw earlier interceptions, right? that is, he's not mistaken on something. Did you actually write that on the whiteboard?
It's funny, during the rain delay, I'm like, you know you don't have to do that, right? I mean, and he was like, I know, I do that. I'm like, okay, well, at least we know you're done, so that's good. No more interceptions.
Your defense really didn't miss a beat from West Georgia into this game against Florida Tech. 6 turnovers against the Wolves, and you got 4 today, and it was happening early. And you mentioned it was really points off turnovers in the first half that drove your offense.
Yeah, one of the things we want to do is we want to build off each other. And so, you know you got a team playing together, and unity is one of our core values that we talk about. You got a team that's responding to each other. When the defense gets a turnover and the offense comes back and get points off of it, so we were able to get the touchdown, we were able to get the field goal. That was huge because now it's like, okay, all that effort's getting paid out on both sides of the ball.
Sherrod, Oliver, Gale, Laurent came up with interceptions in the game. And you mentioned the field goal there. Austin, we said last week, was looking pretty strong, coming back around. Yeah, that was a big one for him, even though it wasn't a long one. It was a big one.
No, it was. It was good to get that going. And I got to look at the last one in the second half there. I mean, it was a longer one. I don't know if that was a low kick. I don't know if that was a protection deal. But love how he kicked all day long. Kicking into the wind on kickoffs. I thought he had great hang time, gave our guys to get down there. But to get that field goal, just build that confidence, that was helpful.
You guys get another, muff punt kind of situation. You're able to get down and get some points and cap that drive off with Austin. And that was a neat play because he sprinted from the shotgun right up there, and that's old school.
It
right?
is.
It is old school, the QB sneak.
Yeah, and it's funny because I was telling the offensive staff, I haven't called a QB sneak, since my first year as a head coach. And we've scored now and gotten a first down, so we're going to keep that in the repertoire. He did a great job. The O-line got great surge. I think that was 4th and 1. Might have been 3rd and 1, but to be able to get that done, that was big time for us.
Hard to get those yards sometime near the goal line. So you've had an hour plus lightning and rain delay. You go into the locker room for halftime. It's a short halftime, a 10-minute one. What are you saying to the guys up 17-7?
Well, we took the short halftime because we weren't sure when the storm was coming back and if it would. So Coach and I, Englehart, were on the same page. Let's go in quick. Let's get back out. Let's keep this game going. That worked out, I think, very well. And really, the surge at the half is something that I think we've done really well. We've really been able to respond. The end of the half, we've ended well. The beginning of the half, we've started well. And I think we scored 3 touchdowns there within a 10-play offensive series. Last week, I think we scored 4 touchdowns in a 15-play series. So our guys are learning how to end the half and begin the half. And that gets us to where we want to be.
First half was a story of short drives as far as yardage was concerned. Second half will be a story of short drives as far as the time that was run off the clock. And we'll take a look at the second half next, right here on the Coach Shinnick Show.
Real change occurs in that split second, a moment of connection among people.
With a common purpose,
a shared vision,
and a unified goal. What will you change?
What will change you? The University of West Florida. No limits.
What does Argo spirit look like? Is it finding the perfect Argo outfit to show your team pride? Is it giving back while getting your pre-game grub? Or is it connecting with your community in the perfect spot? At Penn Air Federal Credit Union, it's being a proud sponsor of UWF Education, the Alumni Association, Athletics, Penn Air Field, and having a spirit of communerosity. Learn more at pennair.org/about us.
Welcome back into the Coach Shinnick Show. Again, a 38-14 win against Florida Tech. You guys improved now to 6-1 on the season, 5-0 in conference play. We'll talk a little later about, what's ahead the rest of the way, but you like where you're sitting as far as controlling your own destiny at this point.
We do, and that's one of the things that we wanted to do. We wanted to stay undefeated in conference. And so you find a way to do that. We've never been this place before, and even the 17 season, we had losses. So to be undefeated in conference, this deep in, we feel great about that. We got a goal kind of every week that we're trying to accomplish. Next week we're back home. We want to stay undefeated at home. We want to stay undefeated at conference, and we just keep kind of chipping away at those goals. Again, couldn't ask for a better outcome of this game, and we talked about it in the first section. All these games have been very close. So to be able to get this type of win in year four of the program, year 4 of this game, it's great for us.
Yeah, the fans were happy too. And by the way, great fan group here. Lots of blue and white and green, and really kind of celebrating today. And a lot of your players are from this area, so it was great for their families to come out and watch play. So the second half we pick up, and you told us on the radio at halftime you wanted to see Austin Reed get some rhythm. That would come a little later. You get the ball, and Shamari Mason, we've been saying he's this close. We saw it against Delta where he would break one.
Yep.
It was one drive, it was all him. It was a 6-yard run and then a 61-yarder. And when he gets into that second level, if you don't get a hand on him, it's over.
No, it is. And great job by our offensive line really setting him up to be able to get him to the second level. But he just hit the hole. He looked like he was coming out of a gun right there. And before you know it, boom, he's down the sideline. So 2 plays, 67 yards. That's how you get a drive going. That's how you get points on the board real quickly.
We hadn't even taken a minute off the clock. I think 44 seconds, and you're up even more at that point. You're up 24-7, and then more good defense. You get the ball back, and then I think it looked like it was there a couple times. That deep throw down the middle of the field, and sometimes the middle, or you could go to the outside. Just wasn't quite connecting. Great catch by Kevin Grant, good throw by Austin, and then this is a man's game, and you're not going to bring down Kevin Grant by grabbing his coattails.
No, and really that's as good a one-handed catch down the sideline as we've had, and then for him to go probably 12, 15 yards with somebody on him and somebody trying to bang him, couldn't be happier for a guy who played right here played high school ball right here in this town, to be able to come home, senior year, get a touchdown like that, lead his team to victory. Couldn't be happier for him.
Defensively, I thought Ian Bush today, another tackle for loss. He's in the backfield a lot. Trent Archie is flying around. And then you and I had talked, pregame about how you were going to use having Andre Duncombe back in the thing, and how do you mix him in with the other linebackers, and he was dynamic today.
No, Dre's a guy that, got fresh legs and hasn't played for 3 or 4 weeks, whatever it is. And just to step back in and to do it at that high level just speaks to the competitor that he is and the desire that he has. It's his senior year. He's been dying to get out there. He wants to be on the field. Finally got cleared to be able to do that, and he did not waste a rep.
They bring in, their backup, their running quarterback. They get a drive, they get some points, and this is what I liked. You guys had an answer every time something good happened for them. You were able to come right back. A sustained drive, the first kind of real one, 15 plays, whatever it was, down the field, and Jaden punches it in, and again down near the goal line, kind of imposing your will.
Well, we just, we felt like we were close all day long, and I know we punted a couple of times in there, but really felt good about our guys being able to move the ball. And, you mentioned a couple of those passes. I felt like we were really close. I felt like we had an opportunity. So that last drive really to kind of seal it, so to speak, really pleased with our guys.
38-14 again, the final, 6-1, 5-0 in conference. A little bit later in the show, let's get together. Let's talk about North Greenville and 850 Day coming up.
Yep.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Keep it right here. Coming up next, we will talk more about this win, but also check in with one of our players here on the Coach Shinnick Show.
Real change occurs in that split second.
A moment of connection among people.
Change is inclusive. Change is collaborative.
Change is transformative.
Change connects. Who will you connect with?
What will you change?
What will change you? The University of West Florida. No limits.
What does Argo spirit look like? Is it finding the perfect Argo outfit to show your team pride? Is it giving back while getting your pre-game grub? Or is it connecting with your community in the perfect spot? At Penn Air Federal Credit Union, it's being a proud sponsor of UWF Education, the Alumni Association, Athletics, Penn Air Field, and having a spirit of communerosity. Learn more at pennair.org/aboutus.
For those who measure success by the worn tread on their tires, and those who strengthen their body and mind and drift through their weekends over nature's current. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
Welcome back into the Coach Shinnick Show. Joining us now is sophomore running back Javon Newton. First of all, heck of a season so far for you. I know you've had a couple big breakout games, and I know you were excited to get back on the field and get back to pounding that football.
Yes, sir. I've been ready. Last year I waited my turn. I watched the older guys play, and now we got a much younger group, so I feel like it's my time to show what I can do.
Like many other players, many of your teammates, you kind of have a little bit different route to getting here to Pensacola, Florida, the University of West Florida. Kind of let everybody know, first of all, where you played your high school football and kind of how you got here to the campus of Pensacola.
I went to Clearwater Central Catholic for high school. I started off up at Marist College in New York. Things weren't going financially up there. They don't do full scholarship, so my mom couldn't pay for it. So West Florida, they gave me an opportunity, and now I'm here.
I hear the weather's a little bit better down here than up there at Marist.
Oh yeah, definitely. Up there it was always cold. I really don't care for the cold, so I like it down here.
And what are you studying here?
My major is business and management.
So you were telling me you like to make sure that you've got all your classes in line, and even during the season. I know, for you guys as true student athletes at this level, it's a challenge, right? To juggle the practice time, the traveling for road games, and then getting your classwork in too.
Yes, sir. That's true. But I always put school first, and whatever I do is school, then football. Always school comes first, because without a degree, at the end of the day, you always gonna have to come back to the degree, whether you make it to the league or not. So it's always a good thing to have. So that's my most important goal is.
I usually ask business majors, what they want to do when they're done, but you had Chris Schwartz around last year. I'm sure that was a guy you looked at a little bit, and his thing was just like make money, right?
Yeah.
Is that kind of the plan?
Yeah, my plan is to make money, but Chris, yeah.
So Chris is gone, and I know those are big shoes to fill, even though he's not the biggest guy in the world running the football. But you guys have a fantastic group, and we talked with Anthony, last week, and Jaden's out there, and Shamari as well. I mean, what a group of 4 running backs, and really, you guys all do things a little bit different.
Like, I feel like in a running back group, you should never have people that can all do the specific same thing. Everybody should be unique in their own way. So I feel like they did a good job recruiting. And with that group in there, we're very talented and we're unselfish, very unselfish.
And I know that's part of it. I mean, you have to be right with a group like that because you never know when is going to be the game where you may get, 5 to 6 carries, and when it may be, as you've had a couple times this year, you're going to get the 20 carries.
Yes,
you got to be ready when your number's called, right?
Yes, sir. You definitely got to be ready when a number is called. There was some games like it's 3 and 4, and other guys are getting more. It doesn't matter about how many carries you get. It matters about what you do when you get those carries. And then now we putting in formations where we have 2 backs, so you might not be getting the ball, but you still got to go block, and everything you do should all be in one sound. You shouldn't be jealous of another guy getting more carries. You should go out and do what the coaches, because everybody has specific roles, so you should do your role to your team.
That's a famous football saying, just win, baby, right?
Yes, sir.
The group of 4 guys off the field, who's the funny one, or who's the funniest in the group?
The funniest will probably be Show probably the funniest.
Yeah, he's got that in him. Who's the most serious?
Me, I'm probably most serious.
Yeah, you bring that. So it balances out, right?
But I try to balance it out. But I'm definitely the most serious in the room.
What do you miss most? You mentioned your mom. I mean, being away from home. What do you miss most? Is it her cooking? Is it certain things like that?
Yeah. I mean, it's her cooking, but now I feel up here like I eat out more, so don't know. It's hard, but I know my mom watched it, so it's probably her cooking. But actually, it's her cooking, but most importantly, it's the time that I get to spend with my mom, because everybody doesn't have a mom to spend time with, so I honestly appreciate that.
Yeah, and here on campus, you mentioned your schoolwork, you mentioned the stuff on the field. What do you do kind of outside of that to take your mind off of it, relax a little bit? You got a hobby or video games, or what are you into?
Honestly, I really don't watch too much TV. I'm not that type of person, so like when I go home, I'll probably go home, get undressed, and then probably come back to the pool. And then after that, I'll probably lay down and rest. I try
running
to
backs,
get as
man,
much
it's a tough grind, isn't it? You got to keep the body right, so there's not a whole lot of time for everything else.
I mean, but probably like on the weekends, when football season is over, I'll probably be more outgoing. But as of now, I'm more of a homebody. So.
Homebody, serious guy, business major, heck of a running back. Thanks for spending a little time with us.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
Coming up next, we will dive into some of the other fall sports here on the University of West Florida campus. Keep it right here on the Coach Shinnick Show.
Real change occurs in that split second, a moment of connection among people.
With a common purpose,
a shared vision,
and a unified goal. What will you change?
What will change you? The University of West Florida. No limits.
There's nothing quite like coming together over a fresh cooked meal. Face to face, burger to burger, solving the world's problems over fries. There's also nothing like solving the problems right in front of you, like baseball practice, swim team, and getting your family's meals just like they like it, all with a few taps on your phone. Yeah, good thing there's more than one way to solve the world's problems. Good thing there's Whataburger.
We welcome you back into the Coach Shinnick Show. We're right here outside of Penn Air Field on the beautiful campus of the University of West Florida. Fall sports are in full swing. Volleyball out on the road, and they've been road warriors through the month of October, making that swing through Lee and Shorter over the weekend, trying to pick up some more GSC wins. It was a good match in the first one at Lee. This one went 5 sets, went the distance, 3-2 the final. UWF comes out with the victory. Vrazian, Jordan Poppin, Sadie Huff, all with monster games against Lee. And then turning around the next day, going to Shorter, trying to pick up another conference win, and they get this one done in a little easier fashion. 3-0, improving to 17-8 on the season, 9-0 in GSC play. And coming up next, they'll be at home, finally back at home for Coach Melissa Walter and company against Union on the 1st, Christian Brothers on the 2nd, and then West Georgia comes in conference play. That happens November 5th. Women's soccer in action. They got a chance to come back home after some road trips for Coach Joe Bartlinski and company. Valdosta State was in first on Friday, and it was a good match. 5-0 would be the final score. Anita Danielsdottir getting a goal. Kayla Armstrong in there as well. Lee Ducharme, Annie Rolfe. They get 5 in all, and they win their 9th game of the season. And then turn around with West Georgia, the Sunday match, another clean sheet. 4-0 the final score. Rolfe would score again. Danielsdottir one more time. Kayla Armstrong, Robin Herman chipping a goal in. 7 now on the season for Anita, 6 on the season now for Annie. And all 10 UWF wins this season have come via the shutout. That's not bad at all. 10-4 now, 7-3 in GSC play. And we caught up with Coach Joe Bartlinski after the matches.
Enjoyed being at home. The facility's looking great these days. 2 good conference opponents. I mean, very difficult teams. We got some players back this week that have not been healthy, so it was good to get them. They're getting on the score sheet, so hopefully we've got some decent momentum as we go forward.
The women will play next on the 3rd of November. That match will be at Spring Hill. The men have had a little bit of time off for Coach Bill Elliott and company, but they were in action on a Monday night against Pensacola Christian, looking to pick up a victory there. It's kind of been a busy time for them as well as being out on the road, so good to be back home. The men will also be in action on the 1st of November, hosting Spring Hill. That one is a 6 o'clock start at the UWF Soccer Complex. Both UWF cross-country teams were in action at the Gulf South Conference Championships up in Montevallo over the weekend, and kind of a tough day of running on the courses out there. The women finishing 8th out of 12 teams. Valerie Villatoro finishing 28th overall, the top finisher for the Argos, and the men 11th out of 12 teams. Haley Middleton, though, finishing 26th. Those two teams will be in action next at the South Region Championships. That is the 9th of November down in Lakeland, Florida. Well, believe it or not, as we talk about all these fall sports in action, it is almost time to tip things off for the winter sports and Gulf South Conference play here at UWF. Men's basketball will get things going early. They have an exhibition right around the corner. We had a chance to catch up with Jeff Burkhammer and company and talk with the coach a little bit about what he expects from his Argos this season.
I really like our team because of their hunger to win, hunger to get better. It's a fun team to coach. They listen, they try, they get along well. So I think this is a team that will be fun to watch develop throughout the season. It's been like putting together a JUCO team again, which I like and has been fun. I think it's a new beginning for a lot of guys. They compete hard with each other and for each other, and because of that, I think our chances of winning and being successful this year go way up. I think we've got a bunch of guys that can help us, a bunch of guys can step in. Should be a fun team to watch play. We want to get better every day, and then by the end of the year be in a position to challenge in the GSC, whether it be for regular season or tournament championships, and try to get into postseason play. But we're looking forward to getting started, get through a couple preseason things, and I think we got a chance to be a really competitive team.
Basketball will have that exhibition. Fort Stewart will come in. That'll be November 3rd on a Sunday, 3 o'clock start right here in the field house on the campus of UWF. Coming up next, Coach Shinnick joins us again to preview the matchup with North Greenville on 850 Day. Keep it right here on the Coach Shinnick Show.
Real change occurs in that split second.
A moment of connection among people.
Change is inclusive.
Change is collaborative. Change is transformative.
Change connects. Who will you connect with?
What will you change?
What will change you? The University of West Florida. No limits.
For those who measure success by the worn tread on their tires, and those who strengthen their body and mind and drift through their weekends over nature's current. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 It happens. So get all state. I'd be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. In Pensacola, call Melissa Keener.
And we welcome you back into the Coach Shinnick Show. Coach Shinnick back with us now to talk about the next football game up on the schedule. Back home again, Blue Wahoo Stadium, and it is going to be 850 Day, where we'll kind of celebrate the Pensacola community and all the support out there. It's going to be a good day to be an Argo.
Yeah, we're excited about it, just celebrating who we are, where we're from, getting as many people from this area into the stadium. We love playing at Blue Wahoo Stadium, love being back at home, and excited to keep this thing rolling the way we have.
You're coming off a run of being three times in a row, somebody's homecoming opponent kind of thing, and now you get back at your place and get to play North Greenville coming in, and they're coming off really a fantastic game. They had a shot to beat the top-ranked team in the country in Valdosta last week, just couldn't pull it off. So what do we expect from North Greenville?
Well, we expect probably that exact same team. I mean, they came within 1 minute of beating the #1 team in the country and have held them to their lowest point total in a long time, and really played a fantastic team game. And so we know that we're going to face a team that was that close to beating the #1 team in the country.
When you've got your players, and I know they look at results, it's kind of hard not to look through the season, and you see some of the common opponents that you play with North Greenville, and Mississippi College beat them, Delta State beat them, but obviously every week from here on out is almost like a playoff game. Easy to keep your guys focused?
I think so, and I mean, our team's been very good about rising to the challenge of whatever's been put in front of them, and we sat here after the overtime victory with Mississippi College, and I said, look, we got to have a great game out of you going into Delta State. Give me everything you got. Great turnout, okay? All right, now we come back from the bye. Look, we can't be rusty. We got to be able to go out and play at a high level against the team that beat us last year. Boom, do that. All right, now let's go handle the team that, our in-state rival. We're praying for the trophy. We want to bring the trophy back to our place. Our guys answer it. So I expect nothing but that from our group this week. They're going to see, and we're going to talk all week long about how dangerous this opponent is. I'm confident they'll respect that and be ready to play.
I'm thinking about how different it is from last year going up to North Greenville and where you were with your quarterback situation and injuries that you were fighting to being home and hosting them this time around. They've had some quarterback issues, having to go through a couple different guys, and really a team that's probably going to run the ball more than throw it.
They are, and they're going to run their quarterback, and they've played 3 quarterbacks this year, so we know what that's like. Obviously struggling a little bit, but at the same time still very dangerous. Probably one of the better backs in the conference. Their O-line's coming along very well. We expect to see a team that, they held the ball for about 33 minutes against Valdosta, which is a long time. Try to keep it out of our hands. We expect to see a very calculated, attack on their end against us.
What do they do defensively that may give you some issues? They've got a guy, Chauncey Haney, outside linebacker, and his numbers kind of jump off the page when you look number 11.
Yeah, they do, and I mean he's really doing some very good things, and he's around the ball quite a bit. Playing defensive line for him, D-end. He's a big guy, and what they do is just really make you be patient. They make you drive the field. They make you, they're going to keep everything in front of you. They don't allow many big plays. And, you're talking Valdosta, the #1 big play team in the country, really limited them. Really limited them to two big plays. One was on a nice pass play that scored a touchdown, and then the other was the long run there, 50-yarder, as time basically was expiring.
Taking a look at, we're kind of still unpacking, we were when we were talking down in Melbourne, but Tate Latillo goes out, has a nice day. We referenced it earlier in the show. Ends up, I think, passing the mark for yardage, career yardage, and now receptions and career yards. And just talk a little bit about what he has meant to this program. His guy's a grad student at this point, sharp as they come, and a heck of a football player.
Well, he's probably one of the best football players that we have, and just all-around game, understanding, awareness, knowledge of the game, where to be. A lot of his receptions have come by him just finding the right void. Some of the stuff we throw, and it's timing stuff, but he has caught, I think the majority of Austin's scrambles, he's found a way to catch the ball. And that's just because he understands coverages, he understands zones, he's very smart, he's very alert, phenomenal guy, getting yards after the catch as well. He has been, one of the best that we've had, and now the numbers reflect it.
Peanuts reference for you. If Austin's Linus, then Tate's his blanket, right? For sure.
There you go.
850 Day comes up, 4 o'clock kick. Come out and support Coach Shinnick and the Argos. $10 tickets for those outfield bleachers, which is a little bit of a savings for you. We're going to celebrate Pensacola, get another Argo win, and then keep this thing rolling on through the season. Coach,
keep it moving.
Good luck on Saturday. We will be on the air with you on ESPN Pensacola, the radio broadcast starting at 3:30, and then our partners over at Cox Sports TV and Your View starting at 4 o'clock with a simulcast. And we'll see you next week right here on the Coach Shinnick Show.